Welcome, listeners, to the shadowy corridors of history and mystery, where the past whispers to us from the darkness. You're tuned into echoes of the unseen, and today, we journey to a place where history's heart beats loud with tales of bravery, betrayal, and the unexplained. Nestled atop an ancient volcanic rock, overlooking the city of Edinburgh, stands a fortress shrouded in mist and legend, Edinburgh Castle. For centuries, this imposing stronghold has been a silent witness to Scotland's turbulent past, its walls echoing with the footsteps of kings and queens, soldiers and prisoners. But there are those who say that not all who walked its halls have left. Some linger, trapped in time, their spirits wandering through the cold stone corridors, reaching out from the beyond. Tonight, we peel back the veil of the physical world to explore the castle's most haunting mysteries. Prepare to hear tales of a headless drummer, whose ominous beats forewarn of danger, and the phantom piper, lost in the tunnels beneath the castle, his eerie music a lament that still echoes through the night. Join us as we explore the stories of ghostly apparitions, unexplained phenomena, and the chilling encounters that have left skeptics questioning and believers certain that we are not alone. So, dim the lights, steady your nerves, and open your mind to the spectral tales of Edinburgh Castle. Are these stories mere echoes of the past, or is there something more, something waiting in the shadows? Let's embark on this journey together, into the heart of Scotland's most haunted fortress. In the heart of Scotland, perched atop the craggy outcrop of an ancient volcano, lies Edinburgh Castle. This iconic fortress, with its imposing walls and towering spires, has stood as a sentinel over the city of Edinburgh for centuries. But beneath its stoic exterior lies a tapestry of tales not just of heroism and royalty, but also of darkness and despair. Welcome to Chapter 1 of our journey into the spectral world of Edinburgh Castle, a place where the past is anything but quiet. As we delve into the annals of history, we find that Edinburgh Castle is not merely a monument of stone and mortar. It is a living testament to Scotland's tumultuous past. Wars, sieges, and bloodshed have painted its walls, leaving an indelible mark on the very fabric of its being. From the early days of the 12th century, this fortress has been the heart of Scottish history, witnessing the ebb and flow of power, the clash of swords, and the cries of the fallen. The castle's strategic position made it a coveted prize, enduring numerous sieges through the centuries. Each assault on its defenses is a story of resilience and survival. But these battles left behind more than just scars on the landscape. They left whispers, shadows that move in the absence of light, and echoes of the departed whose feet no longer tread upon the earth, but whose spirits remain, tethered to the place of their demise. that the castle's history is marred by more than just military engagements. Within its ancient walls, the echoes of executions resonate, a grim reminder of the price of power and treason. The castle's dungeons and the infamous witches' well speak silently of the horrors they've witnessed, where lives were extinguished, often without mercy or justice. These dark deeds, carried out in the name of law, order, or fear, have sown the seeds of restless spirits that many claim still haunt the castle to this day. It is said that history is written by the victors, but in Edinburgh Castle, it seems that history is whispered by the lost, the forgotten, and the restless. The tales of those who once walked its halls, only to meet tragic ends, have been passed down through generations, blurring the lines between fact and folklore. These stories are not merely remnants of the past. They are vivid, living entities that continue to captivate, terrify, and intrigue those who dare to listen. As we stand on the threshold of this ancient fortress, let us prepare to journey into its shadowed halls, to uncover the mysteries that lurk within. For in the heart of Edinburgh Castle, history does not rest easy, and the spirits of the past are ever present, waiting in the silence, eager to tell their tales. So, listen closely, for the walls themselves are poised to speak, and what they reveal will take us deep into the realm of the unknown. As the mists of time swirl around the ancient stones of Edinburgh Castle, we turn our gaze to one of its most chilling legends, the tale of the headless drummer. Chapter 2 of our journey into the spectral heart of the castle begins in the year 1650, a time of turmoil and dread, when the shadows grew long and the air heavy with foreboding. The castle, no stranger to siege and conflict, found itself on the brink of invasion. It was then, amidst the tension and fear, that the spectral figure of a drummer boy was first witnessed, his form appearing to the castle's inhabitants not as a harbinger of hope, but as an omen of impending doom. What made this apparition truly terrifying was not just the sound of his drum, echoing through the stone corridors in the dead of night, but the fact that he was headless, his identity obscured by the dark veil of death. The legend tells us that the drummer was seen only before great danger, his ghostly rhythms a warning to those within the castle walls. But who was this spectral musician, and why was he condemned to wander the castle grounds for eternity, his head severed from his body? Theories abound regarding the drummer's identity. Some believe he was a young soldier, decapitated in one of the many brutal skirmishes that plagued the castle's history. His spirit bound to the place of his untimely demise. Others suggest that he was a victim of betrayal, a loyal servant beheaded for a crime he did not commit, his ghostly drumming a perpetual reminder of the injustice he suffered. But perhaps the most intriguing theory is that the headless drummer was not of this world, even before his first sighting. It is whispered that he was a spectral warning, summoned from the beyond by forces unknown. His appearance a prelude to catastrophe, his drumming a lament for the lives about to be lost in the throes of war. Regardless of his origins, the legend of the headless drummer is imbued with an eerie sense of dread. His appearances are said to be rare, and always before a great misfortune, as if the very fabric of the castle itself is warning its inhabitants of the trials to come. The sound of his drum, beating a rhythm that chills the soul, has become a part of the castle's lore, a story passed down through generations, each retelling adding a layer of mystery to the tale. In the silence of the night, when the wind howls through the battlements, and the shadows seem to move of their own accord, one might still hear the distant beat of a drum, a sound that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Is it merely the echo of a centuries-old legend, or is the headless drummer still wandering the halls of Edinburgh Castle, his unseen presence a reminder of the thin veil that separates the living from the dead? As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the castle, let us ponder the fate of the headless drummer, his story a haunting melody woven into the tapestry of Scotland's haunted heritage. The drum beats on, a spectral warning from the past, its rhythm etched into the very stones of Edinburgh Castle, forever echoing in the corridors of the unseen. Chapter 3 of our journey through the haunted halls of Edinburgh Castle takes us deep beneath its ancient foundations, into the labyrinth of tunnels that snake beneath the rocky crack. Here, in the darkness, a story has been whispered for centuries, a tale of mystery and loss that chills the heart, the story of the young piper who vanished without a trace. The legend begins on a day shrouded in the mists of time, when curiosity and bravery led a young piper into the underground passages beneath the castle. His mission was one of exploration, to map the hidden tunnels that were rumored to stretch out beneath Edinburgh, possibly even connecting the castle to the Holyrood Palace miles away. As a precaution, the piper played his pipes as he walked, the music serving as a lifeline, a way for those above to track his progress through the winding, pitch-black corridors beneath their feet. But as the story goes, the haunting melody of the bagpipes, which had echoed through the stone passageways, suddenly stopped. A search was mounted, with torches lit, and voices calling out in the darkness. But neither the piper nor any trace of him was ever found. It was as if the earth had swallowed him whole, leaving nothing behind but the echoes of his music, and a mystery that would endure for centuries. Since that fateful day, many have reported hearing the faint, sorrowful sound of bagpipes emanating from the depths beneath the castle. The music, they say, is a ghostly reminder of the young piper, lost in the tunnels, forever playing his pipes in the darkness. Some have ventured into the labyrinth in hopes of finding him, or at least uncovering the truth behind his disappearance. But the tunnels are a maze of dead ends and hidden dangers, and a piper remains lost to history. Theories about what happened to the young piper abound. Some believe he fell victim to one of the many pitfalls or hidden traps said to protect the castle from invaders. Others whisper of more sinister fates, suggesting he stumbled upon secrets meant to remain hidden, or that he was taken by the spirits that dwell in the shadows beneath the ancient stronghold. The tunnels themselves are a mystery, with many sections collapsed or sealed off over the years. Attempts to explore them have revealed little, with each expedition adding another layer of intrigue to the legend. Despite modern technology and numerous searches, the fate of the young piper and the full extent of the tunnels remain two of Edinburgh Castle's most enduring mysteries. As we emerge from the darkness of the tunnels and back into the light, the story of the young piper lingers in our minds, a haunting melody that refuses to be silenced. It is a tale of adventure and loss, of a mystery that echoes through the ages, a reminder of the castle's hidden depths and the secrets they hold. The sound of the bagpipes, some say, can still be heard on quiet nights, a spectral serenade that whispers of the past, forever searching for its way home. Chapter 4 of our spectral journey through Edinburgh Castle unveils the myriad of souls that are said to linger within its storied walls, each bound by their own tragic tale. As the twilight shrouds the castle, the boundary between the past and present blurs, and the ghosts of yesteryear emerge from the shadows. Among the most poignant of these apparitions is the lady in white. Cloaked in her ethereal gown, she is often seen in the castle's chapel, a silent guardian of the place she perhaps once held dear. With no records to claim her identity, she remains an enigma, a spectral presence forever wandering the hallowed grounds. Visitors have reported seeing her fleeting figure, feeling a chill in the air as she passes, her gaze always fixed on some distant point, some say, perhaps longing for a love lost to the annals of time. Then, there are the prisoners of the 7 Years' War, their spirits trapped within the dank, dark dungeons of the castle. These men, once soldiers of distant battles, now serve a different kind of sentence. Their moans and whispers can be heard in the stillness, a haunting reminder of the suffering endured within these walls. Some visitors recount hearing the clanking of chains, or seeing shadowy figures that vanish when approached, as if the echoes of the past refuse to be forgotten. But perhaps the most harrowing tales belong to the victims of witchcraft trials, whose spirits are said to haunt the very grounds where they met their gruesome fates. In the 16th and 17th centuries, Scotland was engulfed in witch hunts, and Edinburgh Castle played a role in this dark chapter. The accused, many of them women, faced torture and execution, their only crime being the fear and superstition of others. Today, their agonized screams are said to pierce the night, a chilling reminder of the injustices inflicted upon them. Visitors speak of an oppressive sadness in certain parts of the castle, a palpable sense of despair that lingers like a heavy mist. Personal encounters with these spirits add a layer of authenticity to the legends. Staff members, whose familiarity with the castle's corridors comes from years of treading its stone floors, recount stories of inexplicable appearances, objects moving of their own accord, sudden drops in temperature, and a feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. One tale speaks of a guard encountering the lady in white, only for her to disappear before his very eyes, leaving no trace but the haunting memory of her presence. Tourists, skeptics, and believers alike share their own experiences, from the sensation of being touched by invisible hands to capturing unexplained figures in photographs. Each story, each encounter, weaves into the fabric of Edinburgh Castle's haunted history, a tapestry of tales that binds the living to the dead. As we close this chapter, the stories of the Lady in White, the war prisoners, and the witchcraft victims linger in our thoughts. Their presence, whether born from history's truths or the depths of human imagination, serves as a testament to the castle's rich and tumultuous past. In the echoes of their whispers, in the shadows of their movements, the line between the past and the present fades, and for a moment, we stand with them, witnesses to the history that haunts Edinburgh Castle. Chapter 5 delves into the eerie undercurrents of Edinburgh Castle, where the veil between the worlds seems thinnest, and the air itself is charged with the supernatural. This ancient fortress, steeped in history and mystery, is a nexus of paranormal phenomena, each occurrence adding a thread to the tapestry of its haunted legacy. The castle's stone corridors and cavernous dungeons are not just the backdrop for historical tours. They are the stage for encounters that defy explanation. Visitors and staff alike report sudden, inexplicable drops in temperature, a phenomenon often associated with the presence of spirits. These cold spots, scattered throughout the castle, seem to move with intent, enveloping the unsuspecting in an invisible chill that whispers of unseen companions. Then there are the unseen hands, a sensation so distinct, so unnervingly personal, that it leaves even the staunchest skeptics questioning their disbelief. These phantom touches range from a gentle tug on a clothing to a cold hand grasping one's own, Some recount feeling a pressure on their shoulder or back, as if guided, or perhaps warned to turn back. These encounters occur in the most unexpected of places, along the battlements, within the chapel, or in the narrow passageways that wind beneath the castle. Mysterious shadows flit at the edge of vision, darting through rooms and hallways, elusive yet unmistakably human in form. These shadowy figures, often seen in the corners of rooms or disappearing around corners, challenge the boundaries of the natural world. Cameras and phones, aimed in haste, capture only the faintest hint of their passage, leaving more questions than answers. In pursuit of these enigmas, paranormal researchers have descended upon a castle, armed with technology and a desire to pierce the veil. Their investigations have yielded fascinating findings. Electronic voice phenomena, DVP, recordings capture whispers and voices from the ether, speaking in tongues both old and new. Some are direct responses to the investigators' questions, offering names, dates, and pleas, while others are cryptic, their meanings obscured by time. Thermal imaging cameras reveal fluctuations and anomalies that defy logical explanation, figures that appear human in form, but register with no heat signature, moving with purpose before vanishing as quickly as they appeared. Electromagnetic field, EMF, meters, used to detect the presence of spirits, spike in areas where the air feels staunchest, where the stories of the past seem to converge. The culmination of these investigations paints a picture of a location where the past is not silent, where the spirits of those who once lived, loved, and suffered within these walls reach out across the centuries. Each piece of evidence, each personal account, adds weight to the castle's reputation as one of the most haunted places on earth. As we conclude Chapter 5, the mysteries of Edinburgh Castle loom larger, more insistent. The paranormal phenomena experienced here are not merely tales to be told in the flickering light of a campfire. They are imprints of lives once lived, a testament to the castle's profound and enduring connection to the otherworldly. The shadows lengthen, the air grows cold, and the story of Edinburgh Castle continues to unfold. A narrative as complex and compelling as the spirits that walk its halls. Chapter 6 ventures into the heart of darkness at Edinburgh Castle, where the veil between worlds thins under the cloak of night, and the fortress reveals its true, haunted nature. As the sun dips below the horizon, the castle transforms, becoming a realm where the past and present intertwine, where spirits roam, and tales of the supernatural come to life. The castle, known for its daytime splendor, offers a different face to those daring enough to explore its shadows after dark. Overnight stays, whether part of ghost tours, or private paranormal investigations, provide a unique lens through which to witness the unexplained phenomena that daylight keeps at bay. Imagine, if you will, the echoing footsteps through empty halls, the chill of unseen presences, and the anticipation of contact with the other side. Guests and investigators, armed with nothing but their courage and curiosity, step into this world, hoping to catch a glimpse of the castle's spectral residents. One such night, a group gathered in the royal apartments, where the air is thick with history. As the clock struck midnight, the laughter and chatter faded, replaced by an oppressive silence. Suddenly, a door slammed shut with no earthly hand to move it. Cameras aimed in haste captured only the dimly lit room, but the sensation of being watched was undeniable. In the depths of the dungeons, where prisoners once languished, the atmosphere becomes even more suffocating after dark. Here, during an overnight vigil, participants reported hearing the clanking of chains and the soft, desperate whispers of names long forgotten. Some spoke of feeling a cold breath on their necks, turning to find no one there, while others described being overcome with emotions not their own: grief, despair, and fear. The most chilling account comes from the chapel, a place of peace by day, which transforms into a nexus of paranormal activity by night. During one investigation, the distinct sound of organ music filled the air. Despite the instrument not having worked for years, the ethereal music played on, a haunting melody that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the chapel, before fading into the silence from which it came. Eyewitness accounts from these nocturnal explorations speak of encounters that defy explanation. An investigator recounted feeling a hand grasp hers in the dark, assuming it to be a colleague, only to realize she was alone. Another tells of seeing a figure in period dress pass through a locked door, disappearing into the stone. The castle's overnight guests often leave with more questions than answers. Their experience is adding to the lore that envelops this ancient place. The stories they share, whispers of the past made manifest, serve as a reminder of the castle's enduring mysteries. As dawn breaks over Edinburgh Castle, the shadows recede, the spirits retreat, and the fortress stands silent once more, its secrets held close until the night returns. Chapter 6 closes with a sense of unfinished business, a promise of more tales to be told, and the certainty that the castle's ghostly inhabitants will always be waiting in the wings, ready to make themselves known to those who dare to listen. Chapter 7 unfolds the intricate weave of folklore and shadow that enshrouds Edinburgh Castle, a tapestry which, with the hues of history and the dark stitches of the supernatural, within the heart of Scotland, The castle stands as a bastion not only of history, but also of the mysteries that permeate its ancient stones. Its ghosts have transcended mere tales, embedding themselves into the very fabric of Scottish folklore and paranormal literature, casting a long shadow that draws the curious and the brave from all corners of the globe. The phantoms of Edinburgh Castle are more than just spectres. They are symbols, embodiments of Scotland's tumultuous past, each with their own story that whispers of age-old struggles, tragedies, and betrayals. These tales have been passed down through generations, immortalized in literature, where they serve as a bridge between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. Authors, poets, and storytellers have drawn inspiration from the castle's haunted halls, weaving narratives that blur the lines between history and myth, reality and the supernatural. The lore surrounding the castle's inhabitants, from the headless drummer boy whose foreboding beats foretell doom, to the lady in white, lost in eternal sorrow, has become a pivotal part of Scotland's cultural heritage. These stories, which with the essence of the Scottish spirit, serve not only to entertain, but to preserve the memory of those who once walked the castle's corridors. Paranormal literature has played a crucial role in keeping these tales alive, each retelling adding another layer to the legend, ensuring that the spirits of Edinburgh Castle will never fade into obscurity. The allure of these ghostly tales has had a profound impact on tourism, drawing visitors from around the world, eager to experience the mystery of Edinburgh Castle for themselves. The promise of encountering the supernatural, of standing where history and legend intertwine, lends the castle an aura of mystique that is irresistible to many. Ghost tours and paranormal investigations have become staple offerings, providing a unique lens through which to view the castle not just as a historical monument, but as a living, breathing entity where the past is always present. This fascination with the castle's spectral residents has not only enriched Scotland's tourism industry, but has also played a vital role in the preservation of the castle itself. Each ticket sold, each footstep through its gates, contributes to the maintenance and conservation of this historic site, ensuring that it will continue to stand, proud and enigmatic, atop its rocky perch for generations to come. In weaving the tales of its ghosts into the fabric of Scottish folklore and paranormal literature, Edinburgh Castle has secured its place not just in history, but in the hearts and imaginations of those who hear its call. The spirits that dwell within its walls are a testament to the castle's enduring legacy, a legacy that transcends the physical world to touch the realm of the ethereal. As Chapter 7 draws to a close, we are reminded that the stories of Edinburgh Castle are more than mere tales. They are the echoes of the past, reaching out to us through the veil of time, inviting us to listen, to remember, and to wonder at the mysteries that linger in the shadows of this ancient fortress. Chapter 8 delves into the realm of the unseen, where the line between belief and skepticism, science and the supernatural, becomes blurred. Edinburgh Castle, with its rich tapestry of ghostly tales and unexplained phenomena, stands at the crossroads of this eternal debate. Here, in the shadow of ancient stones, the clash of opinions and beliefs ignites a fascinating dialogue about the nature of the paranormal. On one side of the divide stand the skeptics, armed with reason and a demand for empirical evidence. They challenge the validity of ghostly encounters, attributing the experiences of visitors and staff to the power of suggestion. The psychological impact of the castle's ominous history, and the fallibility of human perception. Skeptics argue that the sudden temperature drops, the unseen touches, and the mysterious shadows can all be explained by natural phenomena or the intricacies of the human mind. They demand scientific proof, reproducible and verifiable data, before conceding the existence of the supernatural. Contrasting this skepticism is the unwavering belief of those who have experienced the unexplainable within the castle's walls. These believers bring forward personal testimonies, first-hand accounts of encounters with the spectral residents of Edinburgh Castle. They speak of moments that defy logical explanation, of emotions and sensations that resonate with the authenticity of their experiences. For them, the absence of scientific explanation does not diminish the reality of their encounters. If anything, it reinforces the existence of a world beyond our understanding. The debate extends into the realm of scientific investigation, where researchers employ technology in an attempt to bridge the gap between the physical and the paranormal. Electronic voice phenomena, EVP, recordings, thermal imaging, and electromagnetic field, EMF, meters are just a few tools in the arsenal of those seeking to quantify the unquantifiable. Yet, even here, the debate rages on. Skeptics question the interpretation of the data, pointing to environmental factors, equipment malfunctions, or the human tendency to find patterns where none exist. Believers, however, see in this data the potential for breakthroughs, a way to lend credence to their experiences, to prove that there is more to our world than meets the eye. The scientific versus supernatural debate is not a battle to be won, but a dialogue to be embraced. It is a testament to the complexity of the human experience, our desire to understand the unknown, and our capacity for wonder. Edinburgh Castle, with its long history of hauntings and unexplained phenomena, serves as a perfect backdrop for this ongoing conversation. As we conclude Chapter 8, we are reminded that the mysteries of Edinburgh Castle are like a mirror, reflecting our own beliefs, fears, and curiosities. Whether viewed through the lens of skepticism or belief, science or the supernatural, these mysteries invite us to question, to explore, and to marvel at the profound depth of the unknown. The dialogue between skeptics and believers, far from being a divide, is a bridge connecting us to the larger questions of existence, to the endless pursuit of understanding what lies beyond the veil. Chapter 9 of our journey through the spectral heart of Edinburgh Castle brings us to the intersection of past and future, where the efforts to preserve this iconic fortress and its ghostly inhabitants are both a duty and a challenge. As we explore the delicate balance between historical accuracy and the supernatural's allure, we venture into the realm of legacy, of ensuring that the stories, both recorded and whispered, endure for generations to come. The preservation of Edinburgh Castle is a task undertaken with reverence and responsibility. It is not merely the conservation of stone and mortar, but the safeguarding of a narrative that spans centuries. This narrative encompasses the blood-stained history of Scotland, the lives of those who walked its halls, and the shadows that linger. Efforts to maintain the castle involve meticulous restoration projects, research, and the integration of modern technology, all aimed at ensuring that this historic monument withstands the test of time. Let, within the castle's ancient walls, another form of preservation is at play: the preservation of its ghostly legends. These tales, as much a part of the castle as the stone from which it is built, are preserved through the stories shared by tour guides, the experiences recounted by visitors, and the investigations conducted by paranormal researchers. Each retelling, each encounter, weaves these spectral narratives more tightly into the fabric of the castle's identity. The challenge, however, lies in striking a balance between historical accuracy and the allure of the supernatural. On one hand, it is essential to honor and convey the true history of Edinburgh Castle, to educate and inform visitors of the factual events that have shaped its past. On the other, the ghostly legends that envelop the castle provide a different kind of allure, one that draws visitors into a deeper, more personal engagement with the castle's history. This balance is navigated with care, acknowledging that the supernatural stories, while not verifiable in the traditional sense, offer a gateway into a deeper understanding and appreciation of the past. They allow visitors to connect with the human emotions and experiences that are the heart of the castle's history: fear, love, betrayal, and loss. These stories, when shared with respect for the historical context, enrich the visitor experience, making the past palpable and the mysteries of history tangible. In preserving Edinburgh Castle and its legends for future generations, there is an acknowledgement of the power of stories, whether grounded in historical fact or veiled in the mists of the supernatural. These stories have the power to captivate, to educate, and to inspire. They serve as a reminder that history is not just a series of events, but a tapestry of human experiences, some seen, some unseen, woven together across time. As we close this chapter, we reflect on the importance of preservation, of ensuring that Edinburgh Castle, with all its complexity, history, and mystery, remains a beacon for those drawn to explore the depths of the past. The efforts to maintain this balance between the historical and the supernatural are a testament to the enduring fascination with the castle, a promise that its stories will continue to be told, to intrigue, to haunt, and to enchant for generations to come. In Chapter 10, we step beyond the shadowed battlements of Edinburgh Castle to cast our gaze across the mist-shrouded landscapes of Scotland, a land rich in lore, legend, and the supernatural. As we explore the connections between the castle's hauntings and other spectral sites throughout this ancient realm, we embark on a journey that weaves together the fabric of the paranormal, seeking understanding in a world where mystery and history are intertwined. Edinburgh Castle, a jewel in Scotland's crown of haunted locales, shares an invisible thread with other supernatural sites across the country. From the ghostly piper of the castle, we are drawn to the echoes of similar tales, such as the mournful sounds of bagpipes that drift across the moors from unseen musicians. The connection is not merely thematic, but speaks to a deeper, more profound link that binds these sites together, a shared history of battle, tragedy, and the human condition. This network of haunted places forms a tapestry of tales that span from the highlands to the lowlands, each story a strand in the greater narrative of Scotland's paranormal heritage. The whispering stones of Clava Cairns, the restless spirits of Culloden Moor, and the spectral sightings at Glamis Castle are but a few threads in this rich tapestry, each contributing to our understanding of the supernatural's place in Scottish history and culture. The quest for understanding the paranormal world within and beyond Edinburgh Castle's ancient stones is an ever-evolving journey. It compels us to question the nature of reality, to explore the boundaries between the known and the unknown. Paranormal researchers, historians, and storytellers alike seek to unravel the mysteries that lie at the heart of these hauntings, using a blend of scientific methodology and historical research to peer into the shadows. This quest is not solely about the pursuit of evidence or the validation of experiences, but about the deeper exploration of our human fascination with the unseen. It reflects a longing to connect with something beyond the tangible, to touch the intangible threads that connect the present to the past, the living to the dead. In exploring the supernatural, we also delve into our own fears, hopes, and the universal desire to understand our place in the cosmos. As we conclude our journey through the haunted halls and shadowed passageways of Edinburgh Castle and the spectral sights of Scotland, we are left with more questions than answers. The mysteries that envelop these ancient stones and the lands that surround them invite us to continue our exploration, to keep seeking, questioning, and wondering. The tales of hauntings and the supernatural, woven into the fabric of Scotland's history, serve as a reminder of the rich tapestry of human experience, a tapestry that includes not only the events that have shaped our world, but the stories, myths, and legends that give it color and depth. In the end, the quest for understanding the paranormal is a journey into the heart of what it means to be human, to seek connection with the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding, and to marvel at the wonder of the unseen world that surrounds us. As the final echoes of our journey through the haunted heart of Edinburgh Castle and the spectral landscapes of Scotland fade into the silence, we find ourselves at the end of a path that has wound its way through history, mystery, and the unexplained. This exploration of the castle's ghostly inhabitants and the supernatural sights of Scotland has been more than a mere recounting of tales. It has been an invitation to peer through the veil that separates the known from the unknown, to question, to wonder, and to imagine. We have traversed the ancient stones of Edinburgh Castle, stood in the shadow of its battlements, and listened to the whispers of the past. We have ventured beyond, into the heart of Scotland itself, discovering connections that bind these haunted places together, each with its own story to tell, each a thread in the greater tapestry of Scottish lore. Yet, as we close this chapter, we understand that the end of our story is but the beginning of another. The mysteries that envelop Edinburgh Castle and the spectral sights of Scotland do not yield their secrets easily. They beckon us to continue our quest for understanding, to keep the flame of curiosity alight, and to remain open to the possibilities that lie in the shadows. The tales we have shared, from the headless drummer boy to the unseen hands and the whispering spirits of the castle, serve as a reminder of the enduring allure of the supernatural. They challenge us to embrace the unknown, to recognize the thin line between history and legend, and to appreciate the rich tapestry of human experience that includes the eerie, the unexplained, and the ghostly. So, as we conclude our podcast, let us carry forward the stories of Edinburgh Castle and the haunted sights of Scotland, not as mere tales of fear and mystery, but as testaments to the depth and complexity of our world. Let us remember that every shadow, every whisper, every chill in the air is a part of the story, a piece of the puzzle that is our shared human heritage. Thank you, listeners, for joining us on this journey into the heart of Scotland's supernatural. May the tales of Edinburgh Castle and beyond inspire you to explore, to question, and to keep alive the stories that bridge the gap between past and present, between the seen and the unseen. Until we meet again, keep the spirit of curiosity alive, and remember, the world is filled with mysteries waiting to be discovered. Farewell for now.